This is what punks look like when they grow old. This is my foot pedals. This is my foot. This is mother foot.
Of course you know that.
Not my mother foot, my other foot. This is my father foot because it's farther away from the foot pedal than that foot. This is my cigar box guitar. My foot pedal, my cigar box guitar. I travel through time and space. That's what I do. I'm good at it, mostly. Sometimes I go down to the shop. It takes about 5 minutes. It's about half a mile. Time and space. It's complicated. I've seen all sorts of things. Yesterday I was somewhere else. Today I'm here. Time and space again. All sorts of things I've seen. For those of us who sail on waves of imagination, there's wonder on every horizon. I heard that from a parrot in a pet shop. I've seen all sorts of things. I've seen a small baby mouse wrestling with a sycamore seed. I've seen ancient nuns from County Mayo doing Tai Chi in a bingo hall in Carlistran. There's a meadow in Killalunty where every year horses foal. I've stood in a barn in the summertime listening to the rain and smelling the nettles. All this with my eyes open. When I close my eyes, anything could happen. However, up until 2 weeks ago, I had no idea of all the wonderful things that happen in Dublin 15. My job, the job that I do, is to notice everyday magic. Things that otherwise might not come to your attention. So I was given a mission by Draocht. Do you know Draocht? Just past Krispy Kremes. I was given a mission to seek out and speak to a legend, a Lego builder, a powerful Imagineer called Oscar. I met my new friend, Ambassador Jen, in the Great Hall of Draocht. There was a small animal on the floor going around at great speed. Thought it might be an alligator, or a cheetah, or a roadrunner even. It was moving so fast it was like a whirlwind, like a tornado. It was just a blur. And when it stopped, I saw the mop of punky hair. This was the legend that was Oscar. One of the dreamers who will imagine the new world into being. Hey, Oscar. I can tell by your haircut that we're gonna be friends. I can tell by your whole attitude that we're gonna be friends. I can tell by the way that you're stood that we're gonna be friends. I can tell by your haircut. I can tell by your haircut. I can tell by your haircut we're gonna be friends. And so we all made an arrangement to meet, Oscar and me and Ambassador Jane. But I got lost because all the roundabouts. What's with all the roundabouts? It's like driving in Donut City. One roundabout, another roundabout, another roundabout. Because I'm used to travelling in time and space, I can function when I'm dizzy. Finally I got there, but I noticed one thing. The time. It was now. Which was really weird, because it was now when I left where I was coming from. And now it was still now. Not now, but then was now, then. Now is still now, but now I'm talking about when then was now. Time and space, it gets very, very complicated. You have to have your wits about you. And it's not all about listening to nice music. Sometimes it gets very dangerous. This huge, ferocious dog with ferocious teeth like daggers, barking ferociously. All the leaves in the trees outside were shaking. And I thought to myself, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was about to turn and run when he jumped up on me. And then he turned all friendly. I go on, you're a good dog. I go on, you're a good dog. And that was the first time that I set foot into this house where we are now. This is my Sans Sula. This is Aladdin's cave of love and imagination. I won't bother with a description, you can see for yourselves. No matter how old you are, if you keep an open mind and an open heart, the world will always surprise you. You never know when you get up in the morning who you're going to meet or what's going to happen. And that morning, I met Oscar's brother and sister, Fenwick and Rosie. Now any story that leaves out the sisters is only half a story. So I'm going to sing a wee song now that I wrote for Rosie, because she was telling some funny jokes. So I wrote this song for Rosie, but I wrote for Fenwick too. In fact, I wrote this song for all humanity. They're very welcome. If you go down to Dublin Zoo, there's one thing that you never should do. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses, 'cause popcorn gives them wind. They can't keep it in. They've got to let it out. be around when you hear that sound. The sound of hippos breaking wind.
What?
The sound of hippos breaking wind. So, don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. You can join in if you want. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. 'Cause when a hippo farts, it shows on the Richter charts. There once was life on Mars, got wiped out by hippo farts. So please, 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 don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. Don't give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. If you only learn one lesson from today, let that be: don't ever, 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 please, 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 don't ever give popcorn to the hippopotamuses. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but it's not. Then it was time to go. So we went out the door. This is my other cigar box guitar. Oscar, me and Ambassador Jane went out the door and down the road, walking through the estate, out the gate, across the road, round a roundabout. Linnets Field on Phibbles Town. Linnets Field on Phibbles Town. Someday soon I'm going to take a holiday and spend a whole afternoon sitting there doing nothing, only saying Linnets Field and Phibbles Town. Off we go down the road, Oscar, me and Ambassador Jane, spilling conversation all along the pavement. I lived in Glasgow when I was 10. That's how I know what it's like to know the roads that lead you home. When I think about me, I look at you and I know you own these roads. Them trees must have been very young when you were born, Oscar. They're getting big now. Fair play to whoever planted the trees. Fair play to whoever had the idea to plant the trees. And I know that somebody somewhere, sitting in an office, with a map, with a plan, with a pen, made all the big decisions based on their visions. Will put the houses there, the roads there, the roundabouts there, the walls this high. But in my opinion, only children have enough imagination to really inhabit the streets, because they know the important things. When they see a pile of brown leaves piled high, they're the ones that know it's important to go over and kick them. They know that it's important to chase pigeons. They know that puddles are there for jumping in. They know that sometimes you'll find a special stone at the side of the road and that stone needs to be brought home. They know that not every stick at the side of the road is the same, that sometimes you'll find a special stick and that stick has to be brought home too. So we all go down the road, Oscar, me and Ambassador Jane. You can go this way to school, but that's not the way we're going. Oscar tells me that a bald eagle sat in his arm. Not a seagull. Not a bald seagull. There's no such thing as a bald seagull. There isn't. Don't be looking at me like that. There's no such thing as a bald seagull. There's no such thing as a bald seagull. Google it. There is no such thing as a bald eagle. There's a bald eagle. Sat in his arm. I tell him there's golden eagles in Donegal, and he tells me that there's sea eagles in Kerry. But his favourite eagle is a harpy eagle. Oscar knows his eagles. Then we walk in through an estate, past all the houses, into a park. Oscar's mad to be playing, but I'm a bit old and a bit grey and a bit slow today. However, if you're going to write a play, you have to play. And before you know it, we're running around, ducking, diving, catching, grabbing, chasing, escaping, running, gasping, collapsing. Playing all sorts of games, outdoor games, playing old games, kind of games that are as old as the olden times. Games that only the names have changed. Games that it costs no money to play. Games that fill your lungs up with fresh air and make you laugh. Good games like that. And then Oscar says to me, when you were the age of me, what games did you play? Well, he asked me, so I had to answer. Oscar, when I was 10, I played Vietnam. And Oscar said, okay, let's go then. Come on, Ambassador Jane. Come on. And off we went. We were playing at ambushes in the Viet Cong. It was Oscar's turn to be the Viet Cong. Oscar was good at being the Viet Cong because he'd read books in the library. That was another one of his hobbies. So, me and Ambassador Jen closed our eyes and counted to 10. And when we opened them again, he was gone. Disappeared. Vanished into the jungle. Invisible like the Viet Cong. Couldn't find him anywhere. It's like he's disappeared. And then I looked at Ambassador Jen and she looked at me and we realised we're just after losing a 10-year-old in a wooded area. Uh-oh. You're supposed to be the grown-up one, come on. What are we going to do now? And in that minute of hesitation was all it took for the Viet Cong to jump out and shoot. When we left Nam, we knew things would never be the same. We had something special to share that no one will ever know because you weren't there. We walked down to the square at Ongar, and then Ambassador Jen, myself and Oscar sat on the bench, and there was a big obelisk. What an obelisk is? It's the one in Ongar Square. It's a big pointy thing like a giant stone crane, and it's on top of a plinth, and it's like a memorial, a monument. The only thing about it was there was no plaque on it. Must use Colgate to clean it. Anyway, there was this huge monument with no name on it, so it could be a monument to anyone. You could fill it in yourself. So I says to Oscar, Oscar, What hero is worthy to have their name on this? And without thinking for 1 minute, Oscar says, Grandpa Wally. And Oscar told us all about Grandpa Wally and what a special, special person he was. And about how Grandpa Wally was always glad to see Oscar, and Oscar was always glad to see Grandpa Wally, and how they used to talk about sailing boats and building boats, and about the RNLI. Jen didn't know what RNLI stood for. I said, it's the Royal Navy Lifeboat Institution, Jen. Anyway, Oscar told us all about that, and they made each other laugh. It's important with people you love that they make you laugh. And then Oscar says, and we have to remember Maggie, the greyhound, and Bedo the Rottweiler, friends, bold, brave and true. And then Oscar says, we have to remember Snippy. And for those of you who don't know, Snippy's buried outside here. Snippy was a slug.
Nice.
Have you ever loved a slug? Have you ever made a pet out of a bug? Does your heart do a jig over every living thing? Oh, those slimy gastropods, so easily trod upon, brave as any astronaut, climbing up the flower pot. All the hedgehogs love a slug in a very different way. Open up your heart, give a slug a hug today. Oh, those slimy gastropods, so easily trod upon, brave as any astronaut, climbing up a flower pot. And then we came back here to where we all are now. And soon it'll be time to go. And not this now, but a different now. In a different place on a different day. When the world might be a bit scary for a minute or 6. And I might consider that not everyone in the world is kind and caring. I'll think of here. And the day that I was shown a carpet of Lego. And I'll think of all of you. And the fear will melt away. And anytime, anyone, anywhere mentions a harpy eagle, I'll think of Oscar. And my heart will be better for that. Linnets and Phibbles Town. Linnets and Phibbles Town. Thank you.